are in the valley, and then Adam walks in, and Trey is there with us. Are we calming Trey down?
Y'all better not.
That's
touch
what we're
me.
not doing.
Okay, but
Let me do me.
But let's suggest we're like at a nice restaurant in the valley. Are we letting Trey beat it out in the nice restaurant?
Nigga, what?
Tables and chairs getting flipped.
It's gonna look like a WWE match in that motherfucker. This shit WWE, so we might as well take it
that
there.
shit would be hilarious. But also, we gotta think like we are members of.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ty here with another episode of Contentious Conversations. And as you can see from the pre-roll that, things are escalating quickly in the No Jumper universe. Well, the guys from Community got a wind of what Adam had said on a podcast with Bootleg Kev about AD, and they are a little upset about it, to say the least. AD, just if you've seen the previous video, he just gave receipts. He just gave receipts of everything, right? Like showed pay stubs, talked about how he brought in ad deals for like $25,000 and was only offered $2,500 instead of the 25% that he was supposed to get. So he eventually, kind of went back and forth, and they offered him $5,000, and then they called it a day. And then he said it put a sour taste in his mouth, and he never wanted to do it again. So they've kind of been talking through that, and this is just another part of it. And if you guys don't know, the live is still going, so I'm just kind of recording these and putting them out as they do their thing. And one thing I do want to say is I appreciate that these guys are those people that don't like copyright strike you, and they let other artists eat from whatever they're, what I'm saying? Like, that is how the community of YouTube should be, right? Like, you should be able to use content if you're using it creative and not like stealing it, right? Because like, as you guys see, like I'm pausing it, I'm talking, I'm trying to analyze, trying to see what's going on, reading the room and doing different things like that. So I'm trying to bring you guys context and not just ripping these guys stuff, right? Like it's entertaining, but like it's not entertaining if we're not learning things, if we're not talking through it and interacting as we're going through. So appreciate you guys sticking with your boy. Let's dive right in.
Okay, but
Let me do me.
But let's suggest we're like at a nice restaurant in the valley. Are we letting Trey beat it out in the nice restaurant?
Nigga, what?
Tables and chairs getting flipped.
It's gonna look like a WWE match in that motherfucker.
This is where you don't want it to go to, though, right? You don't want it to go here. You don't want violence to be brought in to the situation because of who you're dealing with. You're dealing with ADAM22, and he's got a lot of money now. So he's probably very litigious, right? He's got a lot of money, and lawyers can do a lot of things. He will find a way to own all your companies in like the next, like just take it easy, fellas. Like don't push anything in the sense that like don't make an enemy that you don't need to make. Right? Like if you don't need that kind of beef, like don't bring it on, right? It's entertaining from afar. Up close when there's violence involved, now it changes, right? Now people are going to have to be forced to pick sides, right? You can win the political, the public opinion battle and then lose the actual legal battle. Remember that, right? The streets can love what you do and love that you beat his ass, and you can lose everything that you've worked for up till this point. Do not trick yourselves out of the bag. I know you guys are being facetious about this. I understand that you guys are just joking about, seeing him. This guy is the guy that they're talking about. If he sees him, are we going to stop him from beating him up? Nah, he said we flipping chairs and tables. They're joking. Obviously, they're joking. They're joking people. They're being sarcastic. Everybody's laughing. right? In this situation, if you look at if you're listening to this somehow, you're not watching it, they're all laughing, everybody got smiles on their face. It's a joke, right? But I do not want it to for real get somewhere like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I talked about it before. AD is affiliated, right? AD is affiliated with, one of those factions. So
This shit WWE, so we might as well take it
that
there.
shit would be hilarious. But also, we gotta think like we are members of the society now. We gotta think: are we letting Trey go to jail if they recognize him? So I'm saying we gotta like think smart. Do we wait by the car? You know what I'm saying?
We'll worry about all that later.
Yeah, we'll worry about all that.
Also, we'll cross the bridge after the video.
We're planning our
Okay,
jump
I like
on
that.
that.
Exactly.
That's not very
We'll worry
smart.
about that later.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
Obviously, they're joking.
It's a great question, though, Duno.
Shout out to Duno.
It's all hypothetical. You know, I care about Trey's freedom.
I appreciate the homie caring about my freedom.
So I just want to know if we see what's the predecessor.
The processor.
We see the predecessor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
That's the best shit ever, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, but hey, look, man. I know that shit struck a nerve with you today, bro, because you was in a group chat going up all day about
What's
that.
up, what's up?
Nah, I mean, you cool? Well, how do you see this shit ending, bro?
Stop fucking texting him.
All right, so this is the pivotal question right here. How do you see this ending? Which I have postulated that the ending to this will be somehow civil, that there'll be a mutual parting of the ways. I don't think Adam's gonna apologize for anything. That doesn't seem like his nature. I think Adam truly misses AD in general, and he hates that AD wants absolutely nothing to do with it. So he's thinking of ways to get AD back. And I don't think AD sees that. I think AD just sees it as like this dude just lashing out at me. But like, if you look beyond what Adam is doing and think about like their situation, right? Like, he's not attacking Duno or Ace Boy. Like, he's bringing people on who have problems with who? AD. Is it random that the person has a huge problem with one person and one person alone, AD, and this guy, AD, let me get something on my chest. He probably texted Adam, was like, oh, I got something for AD, man. Da-da-da. Oh, you got something bad to say about AD? You want to come on the show today, tomorrow? I'll come to your house, actually. Like, it's so transparent. But Adam, he's never, ever going to be your friend again. Right? Like, you did something that in his mind was unforgivable. Right? So you're never going to be solid with him anymore. He's going to appreciate everything you've done for him in the past, but I don't think your relationship will ever be the same because it's never going to be the same again. Right? You held something from him and you talked behind his back and you acted like he did nothing for you when in reality, he helped your brand come back to the notoriety that it is right now. And the reason that you're doing the numbers that you're doing right now with Brick Baby and the rest of this guy is off of the work that these gentlemen did for you, right? Like the work that you did is built off of these guys back, right? Because you were on the stream 24/7. It was these guys interviewing people. It was this guy. It was Duno bringing in talent. It was motherfuckers tapping in with AD like, yo, AD, let me pull up, right? It was people who knew house phone, right? It was, like the connects that these guys had built in their lives that you were able to then leverage, right? So for you to be like, oh, like, they're not doing numbers for real. They're not really doing numbers. Bro, that's disrespectful, right? You had their talents for 8 years, right? Like, and that's where when the guy in the back says like it's kind of like a slavery kind of mentality, it kind of rings a little true, right? Like I never kind of throw that willy-nilly around, but like if you think about it in the sense of like, all right, these guys work for 8 years essentially, like for I'm not gonna say slave wages because slaves didn't get paid, right? For very, very little pay relative to where they live. They live in LA. 60,000. It's like making 20,000 living in Texas. It's not getting you very far, right? Because of where they live, LA, like it's expensive out there. So 70,000, 60, 70,000, that's nothing. That's actually bad. Like that's for him to be the top earner on there and only to barely be making a livable wage. That's not a livable wage, right? 60,000, you need to make like 80 or something like that, I think, to like qualify, like to be like qualify for 1 bedroom by yourself, right? Like I think it's like what you need to make in somewhere in LA, right? So like it's crazy that's how these guys were treated, right? So that's the slave, and then they get off, and now he's like, Adam's like, oh, you guys aren't as popular as me. Yeah, motherfucker, because you utilized us for like 8 years for fucking nothing. So we're building our shit from ground up at year 1, and you trying to compete with us? That's not the same race. You can't be running the race for like 3 years and then come back and be like, oh, why are you so far back there? Like, motherfucker, you son of a, like, I probably ruined all the monetization on this video with all the cusses, but like my mind just kind of went like, ugh. You know, like, are you crazy? Like, how could you even utter those words? Like, oh, they're not doing as good as me. Of course they're not doing as good as you, because you've used up all their talent. Like they expended a lot and exhausted a lot to make your platform relevant. And then they separate, and now you're trying. The man is weird, right? So it's just it's an unfortunate situation. This is why, like, this is the big question: is what would you do? Like, how does this end? Let's find out what AD thinks.
That's step one.
I ain't texting.
How do y'all see this shit ending, right? Because what is it gonna be? Tit for tat? Niggas gonna keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, what's up? What is this gonna be?
I mean, look, like I said before.
No. I'm saying this to say this, right? Mm-hmm. This isn't milk 7 fuck. You got homies. You really from your hood. Like, there's niggas that's really gonna ride. You got homies over here that's really gonna ride. So it's like, all that does is build up and rile up the troops. So it's like, if you're gonna continue to do it that way, you gotta figure out how to tell niggas over here, hey, when y'all see cuz, or if y'all see cuz, stall them out, because that's the part that hasn't been relayed to. So the more it becomes bigger,
I ain't doing none of that.
It's gonna snowball. It's gonna snowball. You know what I'm saying? Into some bigger shit, and more niggas, and it's like, is cuz worth that?
Listen, I'm not tripping. I ain't making no threats about nobody online.
I'm
I
just
ain't saying
saying
none of that shit. All I'm saying is when motherfucker throw a narrative out there that ain't true, I'm gonna show motherfuckers the truth. That's it.
I think what Pun is saying is, like, if you keep talking about it with a certain type of energy, your homies gonna follow your energy, but not on the internet.
You read me.
But in the streets.
You get what I'm saying?
But guess what?
So like I don't like.
Oh my goodness, it's some of these dudes. This 23-year-old, these guys, because of LA, if you know what LA is and the lifestyle that they live, like the gang culture and stuff over there and the politics and stuff over there, it's a tough place to grow up in, right? So a lot of these guys, even at 23, they've seen a lot, they've experienced a lot. So the way they talk is a lot older than what they seem. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's like dropping knowledge, like he's like, Nostradamus or something. Like, yo, he's like, what Pun is actually trying to enumerate to you is that the actions that you're taking might not be perceived the way that you're seeing it right now, my good friend. Like, yo, my man's coming out with some, all right, let him,
doing all that, like you know what I mean? Like, this is like it's super like AD and Terrell's lane, but like there's no fucking point of arguing, because we know, like, bro, like, well, people don't understand that we were you would say a fucking team for 2 years. There's so much shit we know about everything that.
But bro,
what you said right now, like the Big Chief shit, that's light, fool.
No, 100%,
compared to what
100%.
But that's light.
Yeah.
Compared to, so I think the energy is like, I get what you're saying. Like, fuck it, let's make
But
content.
see, my energy is not of like right now of anger or like you feel me or bitterness.
It's more like disappointment?
No, it's just like I said before. If you using our name for content, you making thumbnails with our face on there, you saying anything like that, I'm just gonna respond back and I'm gonna tell you what it is. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not tripping. Now, if somebody in the streets, whatever, anybody, whatever, they ain't got nothing to do with me, nigga. I ain't calling nobody like, hey,
See, that does have something to do with you, right? Because of the energy that you're putting out there, right? I think the term of this is called, if it's like terrorism, I think it's called stochastic terrorism or some nonsense like that. In the sense that like you might not physically say, hey, I want you to hurt so and so and so and so. But because people know you, because you're a figure in, on a platform or something, and you have a reach, right? One of your followers, somebody you don't know, may see Adam and say, well, this is my good podcast buddy that I watch every day. That's his op. And I've got to he's telling me every day that this guy keeps trying to get at him. And this is my opportunity to help him out, right? You don't know what you're going to incite. You don't know what, because a lot of people do, like I said before, if you watched the video before, there's a lot of people who mess with AD. There's a lot of people who mess with Terrell. There's a lot of people who do not mess with ADAM22, right? And for the content that he was doing, he needed a lot of people who look like AD, do know, to make his way around and film the content that he was filming. So now that it's over with, he's trying to retool it with a roster of similars, but it's not working the same in the sense of the chemistry. The numbers still look good, but the chemistry I don't think will ultimately succeed as well as these guys' chemistry was. This is like the renaissance of the no jumper era is what we would call it. And this is like if you were watching like BET when you were watching the AJ and Free, and then it kind of changed, and then like Bow Wow was the host or something for a while. It was stupid. So yeah.
Ooh, no, I'm not doing that. Don't call me. It is what it is.
Yeah, no. It ain't even about calling. What I'm saying is this,
but a
right?
nigga can react
A nigga,
off of that,
a lot of
and
niggas
for you.
And if a nigga react,
and it's gonna be like, well, AD didn't tell him not to leave me alone.
And if a nigga react, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm chilling. That's all I'm saying.
It's your word.
See, it is your problem, AD. Unfortunately, you have to say on live, you do not want anything to happen to Adam. You wish no harm against him. You hope nobody that listens to you, follows you, goes and tries to do anything to him, because that is not something that you would wish to happen, right? If you do that, then anything that happens after that, then you can't be blamed for, because you have asked them, you've told them you don't want anything to happen to Adam. You have, like with situations like this, to kind of indemnify yourself, to kind of shield yourself from any kind of legal repercussions. You have to almost go on live and be like, yo, nothing must happen to this man. I implore you, if you're a follower of mine, do not attack him, do not follow him, do not do anything, do not try to dox him, nothing. Don't do anything to him, because that is, you're not following something that I would prescribe, right? But I don't know if he's going to do that. They don't live by that same code.
A lot of niggas love you, cuz.
It's your word. So if you tell niggas to stand down, they gonna stand down.
But I ain't gonna tell nobody to stand down if that's how they feel.
If a nigga
So
put his
that's what
hands
Pun's
on
saying.
him, it's coming
What
back
Pun's
on
saying
you.
is like, is the energy you give out the energy. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but fuck.
Nah, it's just.
I'm saying my energy is not like, oh, I want to go knock cuz out or do some shit like that right
and
now.
see, that's not your energy, but that's the energy you're giving everybody else.
And if that's the energy I'm giving off to other motherfuckers, they can take it how they feel and handle it the way that they feel.
No, I'm just saying,
not
like,
jumping in the middle of nothing no more. I ain't. You feel me? It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you gotta let that be known. Like,
It
nigga,
ain't
I ain't
no
trying to fight that nigga.
kumbaya shit. None of. No, I ain't. Nigga, I'm
Know what I'm
not
saying?
about fighting that nigga.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, how is this gonna end? Is this just gonna be back and forth content with y'all? Because it's really about y'all two and you and T-Rail and you and Duno. That's what it.
Isn't that what I just said? When they realize that it's just a cry from Adam to get AD back into his life, I think everybody will really understand what it is. It's Adam looking for any way to get his old friends back. He hates his new cast. It's like he's in an alternate universe of a crappy version of a life that he once had, right? I guarantee you, all the money he made, he would give more than a portion of it to keep all of his friends around and make them happy and be around him. But instead, he chose greed over his friends and his family. He's going to regret that in the future. But in the now, it's interesting to watch what these guys do about it.
Come down to
100%.
I didn't work for no jumper, so it's never gonna be about me. And if you come fucking with me, we gonna show our ace boys get down. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no back and forth. So now
I'm not doing none
yeah,
of that
we're not
shit.
doing none of that back and forth shit. Y'all doing back and forth. Y'all gonna keep making that content. That's what y'all doing. But you need to let motherfuckers know that's watching. Because when I got my peoples, my homies, my little homies calling in saying what's up with Cub, it's like, hold on, I don't even know what type of time
Hey, my
you want
homies
this
too.
to be.
We all know what
Like
time
I'm
it is.
saying, I don't know what type of time you want.
See, and that's what I said. That's what I tried to tell you. AD has been saving ADAM22 from a lot of phase. He's been saving from a lot of whoopings. He's been saving him for a couple whoopings now, right? There been some people looking for him, trying to tighten him up, trying to run a couple of phase, trying to give him a taper or something. They trying to get him to the barber shop. That's all it is. It's just he's a barber shop. He gonna sit in the chair. They're gonna fade him up, and that's it. They're looking for him. But what's happening was AD was saying, nah, don't even do it. You're not, what I was saying to do is what he was doing before. Now he's gotten to the point of, all right, you want to keep talking? Let's see how long you last. Go and do your little podcast show. Like, this is a problem. And I think everybody behind AD realizes that if AD gets to that point where he's just like, all right, well, it's open season on Adam. I'm not going to save him anymore. If anybody wants to go feel a certain type of way and try to go, I'm not going to step out of my way to stop it. And if you remember, Whack 100 kind of alluded to that in a previous episode that I watched. So let me see if I can find it. I think I'm about to play an inception for you guys of me inside of me. If you ever seen The League, you'll find that funny. Or not. It's okay. All right, let me find it. It is this. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to podcast with him. I'm just not going to give him $5,000.
AB ain't tripping on 5,000. That was them other niggas.
I don't know. His team seemed very serious about it. But, yeah, I mean, I've just kind of, everybody had to get their jokes off. It is what it is.
There's no jokes, bro.
I'm
That's
rolling
the
with
reality.
it. What?
You and your feelings, bro. Why did you say that?
Okay. Whack has started. Now you got a lie in it. Right. One that comes to watch. Oh my God. That he must ask them. Tape for. You're not gonna have a. You're not fast.
It's like we gotta.
Oh, she doesn't want to watch the tape. Why
Why did you say that he's blackballed,
where he said that?
bro? Why did you say that?
Okay, Whack has started. You're in your feelings, right? You're his wife because that's what Jason Love himself said. Okay, I don't know if I can find it. The amount of scrutiny, the amount of judgment, the amount of insecurity that you've put into your life.
He received orgasms.
No.
Cried.
Have a good time for a mile.
Now she's bummed out about it.
I'm going to have to.
Maybe that wasn't it. There's one with Whack 100 where he talks about it. But yeah, either way.
Want this to
The
be.
time is on whatever time niggas want to be on. I ain't got nothing else to
No,
say about
motherfucker,
that.
you're not listening. What we're saying is,
I get what you saying.
say, hey,
Just
you
say
know
you don't
what?
want to fight. That's what I'm saying.
just
If
say-
you feel that
just-
way, you don't want anybody
I
else.
said,
Say it for the
I
internet.
said, me personally, I'm not making no threats to niggas online and talking
We
about
know you
anything.
not.
If my niggas feel a certain type of
Shut
way
your
about
kumbaya
this
shit,
shit,
bro.
if my niggas feel a certain type of way about the shit,
No, we know,
then
we
they
know.
can handle it. You feel me?
You
I
know,
ain't tripping.
you know all your homies. You know Hove. You know everybody. Like you know niggas is hot heads.
And
yeah.
if niggas feel a certain type of way, I ain't got nothing to say. That's all I'm saying. You catch my
So essentially, it's open season on. Let me announce this. Essentially, it's open season on ADAM22. Like it's open season on ADAM22. I would not be surprised if in the next week, 2 month, he got beat up or some. Like I don't wish this on anybody, but there are a lot of people that do not like the way he's behaved, and there are a lot of people that are out to get him. So it's probably in his best interest to try to get some sort of security around him, some sort of security detail from him and his family to stay safe, because these streets are not safe, right? And the problem is he's been running his mouth and he doesn't care. He's let his wife bang somebody else, and he just feels like the world has put upon him. So now it's his time to get his little pound of flesh. So this is crazy. This is just nuts.
drift. You catch my drift.
Yeah, I think everybody catches your drift, baby. You
Damn.
want ADAM22 to get
just saying.
yeah, everybody's just like,
At this
yeah.
point, I'm like, I ain't gonna keep going.
Hey, like I said,
So,
you
all right,
catch
so y'all-
my drift. You catch
So
my
y'all-
drift.
all right,
You feel
so
me?
y'all go back and forth.
Yeah.
There ain't no stopping it.
You and Terrell gotta block him on your phone numbers. I'm texting
It ain't
him.
no stopping it. You and him and T-Rail.
listen.
Duno don't give a fuck. He don't go back and forth.
Hey, he can stand on business and we
But
can stand on business.
I saw T-Rail saying stand on business is a whole different thing, my brother.
Come on.
We gonna have to pull up if you stand on business. But look, that nigga keeps talking about getting that nigga a cookie today. Like y'all keep going back and forth. How are y'all gonna come to a resolution? Will there be a resolution? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, are you?
I get what you're saying. I'm willing to take it wherever it go.
So you willing to be friends too?
Cap, no, not at all.
All right, kumbaya.
No kumbaya.
What about
I'm
acquaintances?
willing to take it wherever it need to go.
No, cause it was like, I
Once
saw
it
a little-
started
I
being
saw a
like
clip.
smut on names and shit like that,
Yeah, I saw the clip.
feel me?
I saw the clip Kev posted today, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard it from AD. He can no longer be friends with ADAM22. That is not part of the resolution in his mind. Listen.
not at all.
All right, kumbaya.
On
Listen.
business. But look,
Listen.
that nigga keeps talking about getting that nigga a cookie today. Like y'all keep going back and forth. How are y'all gonna come to a resolution? Will there be a resolution? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, are you?
I get what you're saying. I'm willing to take it wherever it go.
I'm willing to take it wherever it will go, says AD.
So you willing to be friends too?
Are you willing to be friends too? Let's listen to his response.
Cap, no, not at all.
All right, kumbaya.
No kumbaya.
What about
I'm
acquaintances?
willing to take it wherever it need to go.
No, cause it was like, I
Once
saw
it
a little-
started
I
being
saw a
like
clip.
smut on names and shit like that,
Yeah, I saw the clip.
feel me?
I saw the clip Kev posted today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the energy that he was giving off in that clip ain't the typical energy he gives. That's not Cuz a buster. And like for him to feel confident enough that he could talk like that about niggas,
It's the niggas around him.
lets him know that either A, nigga, he think you niggas is just keeping the content and this ain't going past that, or B,
He thinks we bitches.
niggas is bitches.
Damn.
He said you need money to go to war.
You get what I'm saying? When a nigga start talking like that to you, like, hey, cuz, hold on, like that's what I'm saying. So it's
and
kind of
like I
like,
said, it ain't no
what is niggas on?
kumbaya.
It's getting to that point. And this is not where it should not go here. Right? Funny, don't go here. Don't go here. Right? This would be a colossal mistake. If you don't see this as a colossal error in judgment, then you've learned nothing from the past 8 years of ADAM22 and No Jump. Do you know how he's built his following, amassed the numbers that he's had? Going from controversy to controversy and avoiding violence and the outbursts of it as much as possible. Right? Even when it does happen on his set, they make it a point to try to navigate it and then negate it. There's a reason. Regular people have an appetite limit for this kind of stuff. There's an appetite limit for regular people, right? They like it up until it gets deadly and dangerous, because then it's no longer entertainment. It's real life. And now, oh, the entertainment's over. The reason you have this plaque on your wall isn't because you've been violent for the past 5 years, right? Let me show you this. The reason that you have this on your wall isn't because you've been beating people up online. You're not fighters. You're not MMA fighters. You're not, UFC fighters. You're not boxers. You're not bare knuckle boxers. None of that. None of that. None of you, that is not your profession. If your profession is this, I would advise you to do just that. Stick to this. Because what will happen is the man just made $30-40 million. He can sue every last one of you, keep you in litigation, hold your show, make it so you can't create a single piece of content. He can say, hey, they use their show to promote violence against me. We need to take the show down and subpoena it. Now he can take all of your channels down on YouTube. Try to get, there's so many avenues that you just don't want to do this right now. You need to wait for all of you to amass enough to where you can either challenge No Jumper or just take it out outright. This is not the play. This is not the time. This is not the move. Right? This is the low energy, low brow, satisfy the hungry masses and throw them red meat. Don't do that. Don't trick yourself out of the bag. You're changing your family's life. You know what would be a worse change of your family's life? If you all went to federal prison because you all recorded yourself talking about conducting violence on another man. So now, if that violence does happen, well, guess what Exhibit A at your trial is going to be? Do not, I repeat, do not trick yourself out of position. Don't trick yourself out of the bag.
Ain't no friend shit. It ain't no text. It ain't none of that shit. Like I said, I'm gonna match cuz energy. Whatever it is, it is.
Yeah.
You need money to go to war. Say that to the slaves from Haiti.
Oh, we good.
They turned that shit upside down, didn't they?
Hey,
Facts.
there it is.
Yeah, but he also
Facts.
talking to, it's not like he just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think when you mention a lot of shit, he forgets, one, that we're all really from Los Angeles, and two, we're black and brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as you wanna, like, you feel like you're attacking, I'm like, bro, this is too very strong. I mean, I'm not, yeah, I mean, if that's your end, like, if the energy, because I get what you're saying, it was very aggressive, like.
Right.
It was very, like, and I'm like, bro, imagine.
It was
imagine.
cocky. All right, listen. Keep it content, nigga. But when you start talking about you need money to go to war, type of war you want to go to, nigga?
You definitely don't want to go to that type
Because
of
all we
war.
know is one type of war, homie. You know what I'm talking about? So when you threaten niggas like that, you need money to go to war. Now you talking street shit.
He must be off that yada.
Because
No,
what do
it's
we
not
need?
even
War on
that.
content?
It's
War
the
on
niggas
content? What you
around
talking
him. He feel like because he got 2 new Crips around him, they gonna keep him safe. Like, that's impossible, cuz. Them niggas not with you every day.
Can't nobody keep nobody safe.
Can't nobody keep nobody safe,
Hell
nigga.
nah.
Nigga, not even us. We can't keep niggas. There's too many
exactly.
motherfuckers out here with the bullshit.
Exactly.
There's too many ways to get caught slipping in LA. There's too many
Right.
niggas. Somebody know where you stay at, nigga. Don't think you out here moving around scot-free.
Just because you be inside the house.
It's always somebody that know where you stay at. Always.
Nigga.
And if it goes up and if it turns to war, which we ain't going to with that nigga, like, come on, bro. Calm all that shit down. You feeling yourself, man. Content, make content, bro. Don't start talking that war
You
shit.
gonna be the first nigga to snitch or go get his
Don't start
boys,
talking that
or the
war
boys
shit.
in
Like,
blue.
don't play them games, homie.
He'll go to war,
man.
yeah, because he gonna go tell the boys in blue.
Yeah, now you going beyond the content shit. Keep it content, my boy.
Which is what I said. Is like, yo, the first thing he's gonna do, he's gonna try to put y'all on a case. So don't trick yourselves out of the bag. Stay in position. Get your money. You're getting your own money now. So like, yo, you want me to jeopardize my money so I can come do something to you? You smoking fentanyl. The fentanyl must be cheap at No Jumper because y'all must be smoking it past, bro. I'm not going nowhere.
You talking about war? Like, come on, nigga. You playing?
He meant Warzone, bro.
Nah, he meant what he said.
All right.
It's all good though. Like I said, nigga, I ain't tripping. If niggas match my energy, match my energy. Feel me? I don't give a fuck no more. Ain't no sympathizing. Ain't no going back to the platform. I'm not doing no reunions or none of that shit. Nigga, it ain't none of that.
Talk about reunion.
It ain't none of that.
Bad Girls Club. Let's talk about
It ain't none of that.
Sorry.
We gonna keep doing us, nigga. Y'all keep doing y'all, nigga. Leave it like that. Feel me?
It's the family reunion.
It's over.
Your fat ass will probably go.
First of all, hey, Pun, we know who was trying to leave first. You and Terrell kumbayaing over there. Me and Pun was ready to go.
Definitely was.
Pun, we was ready to go, huh, Pun?
I'm ready to go right now.
Puns, no, we're gonna.